Welcome everyone to the Dive News Desk. I'm Jim Tyson with CFO Dive. With me here today is Mike Blandina, the CIO of Snowflake. Thank you very much for joining us, Mike. I appreciate
fun.
it.
I'm excited to be here.
Great. Yeah, so the big question always for CFOs is return on investment. Here we're in this maelstrom of ideas and innovations and entrepreneurship on fintech. What are the best ways now for CFOs to assess return on investment? What's new? What old tools do they have to use? What new tools do they need to deploy?
Well, I think you've moved to sort of a consumption-based model from the cloud perspective and moving away from a fixed cost model in data centers. Your data's become more manageable across multiple clouds. And I think the combination of that and AI together, you can look for small measurable wins. I think too often, especially in technology, everyone's trying to take the latest thing and hit a home run with it, right? And base hits are okay. And so proofs of concept, study, learn, repeat, and you can get small ROI in small projects, build them up together instead of trying to have one big project and get a big winner.
So for your clients, does that mean you suggested they come up with a number of sort of pilot projects, bring them all together with an assessment of what the company actually needs?
Yeah, absolutely. The ability today, we're, with our AI and data tools, you can do small proof of concepts. You can learn, build small agents, get the high accuracy rate, and prove a return on investment versus trying to boil the ocean, right? And you put a series of 5 or 6 of those together, and 3 might be winners and 2 might be losers, and that's okay, right? As long as you go in with that perspective.
Is it a whole of company approach that you suggest? I mean, do you need to take people from all different divisions of the company? Clear direction from on top, but does it need to be bottom up?
We as a company are measuring our use of AI and our building of AI every day for every employee. So we're literally measuring how much our engineers are using AI to build code. We're looking at our legal team, how much they're using AI to help with their contracts. Our finance team, how much they're using AI to deliver financial services. And my team in delivering small AI agents to, as an example, to our sales team, so that we can get rid of dashboards and allow them to interact with a English-like language and get the same answers that they would have had looking at hundreds of dashboards before, right? So, but we're literally measuring all of that for every employee. Now, not every company can do that, but that shows you our commitment level.
Terrific. So when you talk to CFOs, or when you observe what they're doing among your clients, what mistakes do they often make in adapting apps, in approaching AI? What are the tiger traps out there?
I think there's always the magic moment, right? And when the LLMs, the frontier LLMs first launched, there was this wow moment of, look at, I asked it a question and look at the amazing answer it gave me. And I always tell my wife, I would say, as brilliant as that answer is, remember, it actually doesn't know what it said to you, because it's stringing words together, right? And it's incredibly good at that. And AI is just an amazing revolution. This is really the dawn of the 5th industrial revolution, right? But we're at the infancy of it. And so I do think too often executive teams will see a slick demo and want to go from that to massive savings. And can I get rid of half of my staff and cut half of my operation costs? And I think over time the answer is yes. But I think you have to be practical about your wins, test, learn, build compliance and security in from the start, and sort of take those base hits we were talking about.
So you have a clear idea of your objective, what you want to save, what you want to focus on, but you're dynamic as you go on the journey. Right?
Just small iterations, small test and learn, applying the technology, but not trying to boil the ocean.
Terrific. So I know on the minds of a lot of people watching us is the tie-up with Palantir. And I wonder, what is it that you see Snowflake gaining from that, and vice versa? What do you bring Palantir?
We think our customers are very synergistic, right? And Palantir's done a great job with their sort of forward deployed engineering teams. We think AI is a great place to do forward deployed engineering, which means putting people on the ground. Even though you have a packaged software, helping people deploy it, use it, train on AI, what are the best techniques, And I think both their customer network and our technologies, and really the company philosophies are really well aligned to partner. So, we look forward to a really good partnership with Palantir.
Would you say this is really timely from a customer perspective, given that, as we've said, I mean, as this conference shows, there's such a rush to adopt AI, to fintech. Is it really especially timely that you and Palantir are able to aggregate that data, analyze it, mobilize it?
I think so, and Palantir is a very trusted company in the security space, obviously very trusted in the government space, and Snowflake comes from the perspective of highly trusted and secure and connected with our customers, and I think you put those two together, and it brings the ability to deliver on some of those AI promises quickly, and with two really brand name companies, both in data and AI.
Can you give me a sense of what Snowflake specifically in concrete terms gains from this tie-up with Palantir? I mean, what comes to mind for you?
Well, I think it's the best deployment of both companies' resources, right? And the use of both companies' technologies. It's the realization that our customers are their customers and vice versa, right? And that's especially true in financial services. And so many of these large banks, as an example, have one of everything, right? And so, so I think our ability to, bring that knowledge and capability to bear and let them take the best of both worlds and bring it together is a powerful thing.
Terrific. So, here at the conference, what have you learned? I mean, has there been anything that stood out that's fresh to you or surprised you, or is it just affirmed what you were aware of already?
I would say there's some micro surprises, I heard an interesting one yesterday, a startup company offering credit unions and banks to offer non-financial assets as interest, so that they're untaxable.
Interesting.
Very clever idea, right? And so you always hear a few of those, right?
Yes.
But I think the broader trend is, the payments 3.0 trend is real-time money movement. And real-time money movement comes with accuracy of data, to be able to get your fraud and risk models right. It's one thing when you're dealing in a T+2 world, but when you're dealing in a T+8 seconds, and you're going to move, you and I can build some software in one day to move $12 between us. And if we get it wrong, nobody cares. But if it's $12 million, one of us is going to lose our job if we get it wrong, right? And if it's $12 billion, you're going to be on the cover of the Wall Street Journal, right? And so, so I think the bringing the capability of AI, data in real time, and solving that risk and fraud problem in 8 seconds versus 2 days is certainly sort of a wave that you see. And then you see both as Pix in Brazil, UPI in India, these instant money movement. Obviously the blockchain. You can definitely see the days of 2-day money movement is very shortly in the rearview mirror. Yeah.
So your comments just now highlight a real question: is this data secure? I mean, the AI makes it very efficient, aggregates this data, sends it in the blink of an eye. But is it secure? I mean, are you confident for?
Well, you know what? There's lots of opportunities for attacks, but we're very confident in our architecture and what we built. We also allow for interesting things like we have 2 financial services companies like PayPal and Fiserv sharing data off the same Snowflake data platform. No ETL involved, no file transfer involved. They're both looking at the same set of data, and they can both read and write to the same set. Oh, that was unheard of 3 or 4 years ago, right? And so it makes for better customer experience. It makes for a lower cost for both companies, and it's more secure because the data is not having to get bundled up and transferred, then unbundled. You see what I mean? There's just a lot less hands touching it, right? So
terrific. Well, we're pretty much at time, Mike. Thank you very much for joining us here with the Dive News Desk. I'm Jim Tyson with CFO Dive. I hope you all can join us again.